And we also, Mary Doolin, who's representing Sowing Seeds. Mary, please.
I would like to thank you for inviting us to be here, because one of the things that Sowing Seeds does is try to be the wheel in the cog 12 months every year of dealing with people who don't know the resources and encouraging people to take advantage of all the wonderful things that exist. And what you're doing here is really a great step forward for that. Um, Sowing Seeds is a network of people who share their time, ideas, and special gifts, providing the support to empower each person to replace darkness, despair, and hopelessness with dignity and self-esteem. We are committed to sowing and nurturing the seeds of hope in a prayerful and spirit-filled environment of networking and advocacy for those who feel frustrated, alone, impoverished, or forgotten. 16 years ago, a group of representatives of the local churches got together to brainstorm as to how we could help the great increase of people who are coming to the church doors asking for basic things like food, gas, clothing, utility bills. And we brainstormed for many, many months and came up with the idea of Sowing Seeds. Sowing Seeds has grown and flourished over the years because of the tremendous people in the town of Marshfield. We are an active group. We're all volunteer. Nobody takes a salary at Sowing Seeds, and that is our cornerstone. The other cornerstone is the generosity and the compassion of the people in Marshfield, because we have found that when we go to someone's home who is asking for help, and we sit down and we go through a detailed interview with them and really get to know what their problems are, because usually when somebody calls with a problem, there's 3 or 4 other very serious problems that exist in that home. So when our intake committee goes, we have the resources to connect them to encourage them. And over time, of course, we have been blessed with the gift of the building in the year 2000 that the First Baptist Church gave us after 217 years of worship in that spot, in that building, and we are able to operate from there. Our building is located at 974 Plain Street, which is right next to the Bank of America. Generally, I can tell you that our ministry is divided into 3 units. We have our clothing bank, which is the most visible, and we are open Thursdays and Saturdays from 10 to 12, both to donate and to receive clothing. We have our transportation arm, and our transportation arm has given hundreds and hundreds of rides. We serve over 300 families year-round in Marshfield. And on that clothing bank, we serve just about the same amount of families year-round. We have, just to let you know the size that it's grown to, we have 45 volunteers that work in the clothing bank, and we have about 30 drivers that drive. And just to reiterate, all of our services are free. We also, our third unit, and really the more complex unit, is the intake division. And those are the people who receive the calls for help, and we have helped thousands of Marshfield residents in many, many areas. I'll tell you the first call that we got that we went out to in June of 1995. So we've been doing this for 15 years, and we have over 5,000 calls documented for help. We found a single disabled mother who had 3 children. We were called by the Salvation Army to go into this home. The children, it was school time, and they did not have clothing. There was no food. The mother was disabled and was driving against doctor's orders. She was behind in utility bills. She was behind in her mortgage. We connected her to local resources such as the food pantry, such as the utility supplement divisions, such as transportation. And most importantly for her, we connected her to one of our volunteer attorneys. And we have volunteers that volunteer in all range of activity and talent. And that was Tom Kramer. Tom Kramer took this woman on as a paying client, as you would a paying client. And the reason he had to come into it was that this woman's a single mother. Her ex-husband was living with his girlfriend and not giving any support to the family. And so over many, many months, Tom was able to get this ex-husband's wages attached and stabilize the family. And now when I see this woman around town, these children are long gone, they're grown, they're in college. I remember that first call. And that, I tell you that story because that represents the kind of work that Sowing Seeds does. I have brochures, and Karen Dunderdale, who is our Director of Volunteers, has graciously agreed to be here today with me. And please come and ask any questions if you'd like to volunteer, if you need help. And our phone number is 781-837-3337. Thank you.